Hi, I'm Natalie and I'm a weight loss coach. I've put together a list from my 10 biggest Eureka moments from my own 85-pound weight loss journey, and I'm calling it the 10 Commandments of Weight Loss. And this is the fourth video in the series. If you missed any of the previous videos, no problem. Just go to my website, nolimitscoachingnow.com, and click the videos tab. Now today we are talking about the fourth commandment of weight loss, which is stop beating yourself up. When you make a mistake or something goes wrong, do you say things to yourself like, I'm such a loser, I knew I'd screw this up, or see, nothing ever goes right for me? If so, you're not the only one. A lot of us do this, but what we don't realize is how damaging that kind of negative self-talk can be. We think that somehow we can insult and shame ourselves into doing better next time. But how well has that really worked for you in the past? If you're watching this video, I'm going to guess the answer is not working very well. I'm going to explain why and show you a better way. If you're struggling with your weight, chances are that you've developed a habit of comforting yourself with food. There's a reason why we call it emotional eating, because from the time we're children, we are taught to use food to change the way we feel when we're feeling something unpleasant. It starts with our parents giving us a cookie to make us stop crying, and it becomes a coping scheme that we carry with us into our adult lives. This was definitely true for me, and I'm guessing it is for you too. So if this sounds familiar, I want you to pay extra careful attention today. If you're using food to deal with stress or unpleasant emotions, wouldn't it make sense that the less stress you have to deal with, the less you'd feel the need to comfort yourself? Less stress means less stress eating. Now, it does take time and practice to develop better ways of managing stress and negative emotions, but one thing you can do right now is to stop adding to the stress that you already have. We all deal with a certain amount of stress on a daily basis just by being alive and dealing with the people around us. But when we call ourselves names and lob insults at our reflection in the mirror, we add an order of magnitude on top of the stress that we already have. It's like finding a crack in the foundation of your house and then taking a sledgehammer to it. You're just making the problem bigger and harder to fix. Now think about it. If food has always been your best tool for coping with stress, what's going to happen when you feel more stress? Of course, you're going to feel the urge to eat more. Anything that causes us to experience more negative emotions, including the abuse we inflict on ourselves, will drive the urge to self-soothe with food. So don't make your weight loss harder by treating yourself like a jerk. Most of us would never talk to another human being the way we talk to ourselves. So if you wouldn't say it to your best friend, please don't say it to yourself. Think you need a lot of willpower to be successful in weight loss? Think again. Your willpower is like a dam holding back the weight of all your negative emotions that accumulate on a daily basis. But willpower is not an infinite resource. It will run out eventually, and the more strain you put on it, the faster it'll fail. So when the first cracks in the dam start to show up, don't make it worse by hitting it with a giant sledgehammer. You can reduce the pressure on your limited willpower by not adding more weight to your own stress. Give yourself the gift of grace and compassion by recognizing that it takes time and repetition to change old habits. And the process is not going to be perfect, ever. Expecting perfection from yourself will only set you up for frustration and misery. When I was losing my weight, believe me, I made plenty of mistakes, like every day. But I didn't drag them around with me like a giant ball and chain shackled to my leg. I just decided to figure out what I could learn so I'd make a better choice next time, and then I wiped the slate clean and moved on. Making mistakes comes with being human, so stop insulting and punishing yourself when they happen, because that doesn't help. You cannot shame and guilt yourself into doing better next time, because shame and guilt just create more pain, and they're not effective as motivation. What is? Growing your confidence and feeling proud as you watch yourself doing the work to create a better life. Most of us don't realize how important our self-talk is, but your opinion of yourself shapes everything that you do. Whatever we focus on becomes magnified in our minds. So when you focus on your mistakes and what went wrong, It feels like everything about you is wrong. When you focus on what you did right and celebrate your little wins, you develop the habit of rewarding your efforts with positive emotions like being proud of yourself. This is part of the basic wiring of our human brains, that behaviors that get rewarded get repeated. And when behaviors get repeated often enough, they become a habit. So when you reward the right behaviors, you'll create better habits with less struggle. If you were trying to teach a young child a new habit like cleaning their room or brushing their teeth every night, you'd get better and faster results by praising them for what they did right rather than criticizing and blaming them for what they did wrong. Criticism and blame just makes them withdraw and stop trying because they're afraid of making another mistake and triggering even more criticism. So instead, you go out of your way to praise and encourage them even when they haven't got it perfect yet. And even if they fail, you still praise them for making the effort, so they'll want to try again. Well, you might be an adult, but your brain still works the same way. Recognize and compliment yourself for the things you did right, and praise yourself for your efforts, even if the result isn't what you were hoping for. This way, you'll magnify the positive and minimize the negative. You'll encourage yourself to keep trying and doing better little by little. You won't be adding to your own stress and creating more pain to eat over. And there's nothing wrong with feeling more confident and being proud of yourself in the process. So let's review what we learned so far. The first commandment was consistency beats intensity. The second commandment was temporary changes create temporary results. The third commandment was don't eat diet food. And the fourth commandment is no self-inflicted beatings. Okay, so thanks for watching. I'll see you next week with the fifth commandment. Now, if you just can't wait that long, go to my website, nolimitscoachingnow.com, and watch my 10 Commandments of Weight Loss video. That'll give you the quick summary, but stay tuned for the upcoming videos in this series because I'm doing a deep dive on each one every week. If you have a question that you want me to answer, or if you just want to be first in line to see my new videos every week, then join my Facebook group, Live Without Limits. And if you're struggling with anything that I've talked about so far, please schedule a free 30-minute consult with me so that I can help you. There's no need for you to waste your time making all the same mistakes that I already made. Go to my website, click the button on the top right of the homepage, and let me use everything that I've had to learn the hard way to make it easier for you. Okay? So stop being your own worst bully. Be kind to yourself, and I'll see you soon. Take care.